Good evening. Um, Hello everyone. Happy Thursday night. Welcome back to another episode of Satchel Black Marathon Madness. This is another spooktacular episode. Let's get to it. So we're going to discuss season 3, episode 20. Vander, you are saved from the vampire. Ooh. And then season 1, episode 59, Halloween is coming. Which is so true, which is tomorrow. So happy early Halloween Eve. Okay. Um, let's get to it. Season 3, episode 20. Vander, you are safe from the vampire. So here we go. So this starts out with Breakfast Club, and the main conflict of this episode is in Breakfast Club. With the Brotherhood 2.0, Gordon, Ray, Vander, that's Brandon, who is the vampire. And I have to remind you of the lore. So the whole this year with the Breakfast Club, there has been drama, beef with uh the two members of the Brotherhood 2.0, of the Savage Club, of the Breakfast Club, whatever, I don't care, it's in the morning, and with Brandon and Vander. Okay. And Brandon has always is obsessed with zombies and vampires and all this. And the episode's clever. Vander, you're safe from the vampire. Vander, vampire. I came up with all the episode titles, or most of them, for Sajon Block and Sajon Block OG. Uh, I did pretty good with some of them. Um, anyway, um, but there has been drama all eighth grade year with these two in the Breakfast Club, and it's been crazy. It's been going on for months, especially with the Brotherhood 2.0. And it's driving Hunter crazy. It's driving the other Brotherhood 2.0 members crazy. This drama. And this is from two other episodes that we discussed. Um, who is Brandon Cuckoo? Cuckoo Puffs, which I came up with that was clever. Um, Cuckoo crazy because of breakfast club, and that's what he was eating when he was freaking out and crashing out, rage baiting with Vander. And then Brandon, you're done is when Brandon got kicked out of the Brotherhood. So this comes after he gets kicked out. And the next day, I believe this is a Thursday. The next day, the vampire is already kicked out, and basically Hunter saying, "Oh, Vander, you're saved from the vampire." So you can eat your breakfast and enjoy life in peace. Um, kind of. But I'll get to that in here a little bit. But they eat breakfast, they get his breakfast, they chit chat, they talk. Um, it's somewhat peaceful at first, but even though Brandon is kicked out of the Brotherhood 2.0, he's not kicked out of the morning club yet. So they get Vander and Brandon, they're doing whatever. Um, and they start arguing, they start fighting, and he's acting like a vampire, being scary and crazy and having drama, and it gets kind of wild, it gets kind of crazy. I don't remember all of it, but I just know it got crazy. Brandon got kicked out of the whole Breakfast Club, so he can't do it no more. He has to do something else. He goes to the principal office once again, just like the other day. Um, the previous day, uh, and he has ISD for the whole day, and he's kept out of the whole breakfast club, everything. He can't even go to that room and have breakfast because he's crazy. He's a vampire, basically. And you'll get why watching the clips. Um, but he officially can't eat there no more. Uh, so he has to eat in the social room or wherever. With Mr. Pay, I believe he has to go to the counselor's room. So that means that Vander is now officially safe from this vampire Brandon. Yeah, and that is basically the complete end of the Brotherhood 2.0. He's just had enough. This is too much for Hunter anyway. But anyway, so that is the end of that chapter of Sajon Block, Brotherhood 2.0, which but we'll go back and forth again many times, what we're going to discuss. It doesn't mean the Breakfast Club is done and the fun of that is done with the other people and Erica. When Erica is there, which we'll get to that in a future Marathon Madness. What happens to Erica, I believe, if I'm recalling this right, but you'll find out. Um, but the Brotherhood 2.0 chapter, but we'll discuss is done. But we'll discuss previous episodes where the Brotherhood 2.0 is a part of those episodes. We'll of course discuss it. But in this episode, that's when the chapter of Brotherhood 2.0 is done. But the bell rings, they move on, he goes to first period. Miss Endricks, language arts, the same old, blah, blah, blah. And reading with Miss Warnock, they're reading their story, they're doing an activity, blah, blah, blah. Play outro with Miss Cornell. It's stressful, he needs help, he gets help, he gets through it. Then he goes to lunch with the Burhead meeting, he chit chats with the Burhead. I believe they are doing a game day Thursday, I believe. They're doing that now at this point, I believe. So they play a game, they eat lunch, they're having fun. There's not really drama with the OG Burhead, and the Burhead is still going strong overall. Um, and then after lunch, they go to study hall, and then they go to science with Miss Fairchild. They do bell work, and then activity, and that's it. Um, and then he goes to choir with Mr. Neville. Um, same old practicing, singing, doing all this. I believe. Um, and then they go to geography with Wild Winwich, which is crazy, like always it is with Mr. Winwich. And then we're doing a lesson and then an assignment, I believe, at this point. And then they go resource. They work on pre-algebra with Erica, Jennifer, Kayla, the whole gang. They get the math done. And then they have social group. I forgot. Yeah, they have social group, which is fun. And then they go back to resource room. They finish math. And then the bell rings at 3:45. He goes home for Wednesday night, and that is it. Now, let's go back a little bit more to season 1, episode 59. Halloween is coming. Here we go. I think this is just a random Thursday. No, it wasn't social group. Oh, that's not a Wednesday. That was a Thursday. Anyway, never mind. Okay, now let's discuss season 1, episode 58-9. Halloween is coming. Here we go. So it starts out he gets breakfast at the Breakfast Club, Erica, and they're getting excited for Halloween. They talk about their costumes, they're talking about their favorite candy, and they eat their breakfast, they chit chat and have fun. Um, this is before Brotherhood 2.0, the saga of it all, um, the chapter of it all, before it goes haywire and chaotic. And then after Breakfast Club, they go for Hunter goes first period. They can go with Arts. He talks to his Brotherhood members that are in the class and fun. And then they have bell work, and then they are reading their book and working on an assignment. And then they go reading with Miss Warnock. They're doing an assignment, an activity, and whatnot. And then pre-algebra with Miss Cornell. They're having bell work lesson, blah, blah, blah. Lunch, they have their birthday meeting, and they talk about what they're going to be for Halloween, their costumes. I don't recall what you'll see in the clips, what they are. I believe Hunter will be Batman, which is one of my favorite superheroes. Um, and still probably is. Um, but tomorrow, which Friday, Halloween night, we're gonna discuss the Halloween episodes, and I'll show you some my Batman, my costume. Which I don't wear in the episode, but I'll just show you what I wore that year after filming. I just wore something basic. But anyway, um, which I'll get to that tomorrow night, which I'm so excited for Halloween tomorrow night and discussing the episode. Um, but they talk about their plans for Halloween and what they're excited for, what they're dressing up as, and they chat about school and life and blah blah blah. And then they just eat their lunch, which is probably I think chicken Alfredo probably or something. And Hunter's just filmed good vibes, even if there's some drama, there's been drama. He's been stressed out with stuff, but he's staying positive because he knows that Halloween is coming tomorrow, and he's excited for candy. He's excited to dress up. He's excited to vibe and have fun. Um, tomorrow. So he's just feeling lots of positive vibes, knowing that Halloween is coming, which is always fun. And then he goes to Stay Hall. And then he goes to science with Miss Fairchild, bell work, activity, choir. They're practicing for Christmas already still. Um, and then they go to chaotic civics with Mr. Revival Image, which is kind of chill today. They just have a lesson and activity. And then he goes to resource. He does Erica. I mean, he does point out with Erica, Jennifer, and Kayla. No Hannah until second semester. This is still first semester of eighth grade. And then they get the pre-algebra work done. He turns it in on Canvas and all that. And then at 3:35, the bell rings. Hunter heads home and prepares for Halloween night. And that is it for that episode. And that is it for tonight's episode of Sagittal and Bot Marathon Madness. See you tomorrow night. Friday night, Halloween night for a special episode of Sagittal Block Marathon Madness, where we'll truly have madness, chaos, craziness, drama, and spookiness tomorrow night for sure. It's gonna be epic, so I can't wait for you guys to hear about it tomorrow night. Watch it tomorrow night on Disney, Disney Plus, Hulu, all of that. Um, but may God bless you all and protect you all. Uh, and I'll see you next time, Friday night. See you then. Bye.